STEPS is a research program with the vision of the plastic sector making a transition in the next few decades to a more sustainable system wherein plastics are decoupled from fossil feedstock. They are produced from renewable feedstock with high resource efficiency and zero emissions. They are used smartly and efficiently to enable sustainable development in other sectors, and also reused and recycled in a circular economy, entailing a recovery of material value and reduction of waste. Our research in STEPS is geared towards developing solutions for various aspects of green recovery, such as climate neutrality and designing sustainable products for circular economy and toxic-free environment. Where, as regards climate neutrality, we work on developing energy and resource efficient processes for producing carbon neutral plastic building blocks. As the climate impact of the plastics is mainly related to the fossil feedstock, our strategy of going to renewable feedstock should lead to lower greenhouse gas emissions and reduced climate impact. The other very important aspect is the polymer design, which can be considered to be an eco-design measure. Our ambition with polymer design is not only to have good material properties of plastics, but also to enhance plastic recyclability in order to increase the circular material use. The recyclability also implies minimizing the use of toxic additives for making plastics and hence the toxic-free environment. That the ambitions of the EU Green Deal, Industrial Strategy and Circular Economy Action Plan are followed and not watered down under industry pressure to relax environmental and climate policy ambitions. We see no fundamental conflict between economic recovery and environmental ambitions. Well, all actors across the value chain of plastics are important. Now, with an idea of a circular economy, it is imperative that businesses between different industrial sectors, for example, representing the end user, the manufacturing and the raw materials like agriculture, forestry, and even others, need to have conversations with each other and also with the region and policy makers, and not the least academic and research institutes, in order to work towards a common and defined goal. Now, SMEs will find an important role here, for example, as providers of technologies, product services, waste sorting, digitization, etc. COVID-19 has significantly changed the fossil fuel industry outlook. It is evident that the crisis will accelerate the anyway ongoing restructuring of the oil and gas and petrochemical industries in Europe, and renewables will get a push so that in 2030, we will see diversification of the raw material base for the industry and increasing use of renewables. For example, bio-based, carbon dioxide, methane, organic waste, and plastic waste as feedstock. There will be increasing use of renewable energy for the processes. We will see more recycling in practice, including thermal or chemical recycling to replace the fossil feedstock. There will be increasing uptake of secondary raw materials and hence a reduced consumption footprint. I foresee a less use of unnecessary plastic. There will be smarter packaging. There will be increased digitization for sorting and tracking the plastics. But one thing we have to remember is that as we are living in a global connected world and the climate has no boundaries, the ambitions for reaching the goals in 2030 need also to be global.